today's lecture, the focus is to how to set up your own Google Play Store, so you can publish your applications, from your App Inventor, account to some place where you can consider selling your apps. Okay. So what we'll do is I'm going to create a new account today. I'm not going to use my existing account because I don't. This is just going to be an account for me to play with, at least for now. So I'm going to sign up a new account. Go to create. Let's create an account right here. All right. So I'm going to create a new account and use the real name, because Google actually checks to see whether the name is a real name or not. If it's not, it would give you all kinds of grief about oh, this is not a real name. So I'm going to use my real name, and you can have multiple Gmail accounts. It doesn't matter. Okay, Google does not care that you have 20 gazillion aliases as far as email accounts are concerned. So I'm going to choose my username as Dr. Tag Apps. Okay, so this one is specific for app publication. That's probably not a name that is already taken. So you might want to consider something that is kind of specific to you, and yet it is not something that is taken by other people already. And we'll go ahead and.
So for the name, are they just checking to see if it's like in a database of known names, or do they compare your name to some other information?
I do not know. Google has all kinds of kind of proprietary search methods.
So it just checks to see if TAC is not just like a bunch of random keys on the keyboard, or
right.
They give it to the NSA.
No. I think they have different ways, because my first name and last name are actually, my last name is unusual, but it does exist. Okay, so they can actually put it on the list and say, oh, okay, this is an actual last name. The first name, if I put in something that's kind of wacky, I don't think they can actually detect it. But if you put in just like single letters, they would basically complain and say, this doesn't seem like a real name. And then they would. You can still create the account, but you will be constantly reminded that this is not a real person's name.
So you like a fake name generator?
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna create a password here and confirm the password. The birth date, I don't really think they use it for anything, so I'm gonna fake one here.
I think they're just checking to see if you're 18 years or older.
Yeah, I'm just picking somebody else's birthday. Or other. Mobile phone is used for verification. So you might want to put in mobile phone just so that they can easily verify that this is actually your account. So in this case,
and if you lose your password, they'll text you reset.
Right. So you don't need to have it, but it helps to have it. Current email account, it is also optional. We will use this address for things like keeping your account secure and so on and so forth. So I can actually just put in my other account. So this is actually my primary account, and I can just put here, prove you're not a robot. Okay. So we'll go ahead and type the text. This is also interesting. This is is it called capture? Capture? Yeah, capture. It's actually coming from images, so parts of it come from an image. And in the past, this is not the case anymore. But in the past, Google was scanning documents, and they would occasionally encounter stuff that they cannot interpret. So the OCR, the optical character recognition software of Google, just cannot interpret some of the stuff that it's scanning. So what it would do is it would use it in situations like this, and it would basically quote unquote let people vote what it is. It would just say, oh, 80% of the people think this is blah, so we think it is blah. So a part of it is actually coming from real images that Google is trying to interpret, and the other half is really just generated for the purpose of making sure that there's a person behind the computer instead of a bot.
It looks like the same case here, just not a book.
Sorry? Yeah.
So it looks like,
well, this could be coming from a picture, an image.
Yeah, it's from Street View.
Mm-hmm. and it's clear enough. This one, I think OCR can actually pick it up, but they are just using it to make sure that it's a person right here signing up for a new account. Okay, so sign up. Now you appear. Add a photo. Okay, I'm not going to add a photo here. Keep moving on. And the account is already set up. Okay, just like that. So now that we have an account, one of the things that you might want to do if you want to create an app store for yourself is to create a website first, because that's a requirement if you want to become a merchant, is to have your own website. And I'm just going to go through the process real quick here so that you can see how you can create your own website. You go to more once you sign into Google, and then go to even more. And for those of you who already have your apps.losreals.edu account, you can do that within apps.losreals.edu. Okay, you can create your own website through that interface. Okay, so I'm gonna search for sites. Okay, so right here we have sites, which is a free service from Google, and you can create your websites real fast to host whatever you want to host. They give you a pretty, I would say, generous allowance in terms of storage. So for a website that is not going to store a lot of images and videos and stuff like that, you can always put your videos somewhere else, like YouTube and stuff. It's really giving you a lot of storage. So when you click on sites, it would ask me to log in, because I just created the account. Okay, now that I have signed in, I can create multiple sites. Okay, in other words, one Google account can create a number of websites, as long as you're not exceeding the limitation in terms of storage. Combining all the websites, you'll be fine. Okay, so this is a really kind of useful feature, because it let you whip out a website really quickly. So you go to create here, and you can also select one of the templates. Okay, there's really no need to select one of these particular templates. I would just name my sites same way, Dr. Tech Apps, because I think my login name has an S. Yeah, so Dr. Tech Apps is the name of the website, just to match the name of my Google store. So I would use this name for everything. So now I have to type in SHISO.
You get 100 megabytes, I think.
100 megabytes?
Yeah, I just logged into mine, and
okay,
I'm at 1%.
Okay, yeah, 100 megabytes if you're just dealing with HTML documents is a lot.
Yeah.
Even though we count by gigabytes these days, 100 megabytes is still a lot of stuff. You can still upload a lot of pictures, even though it's 100 megabytes. It doesn't make any sense to upload a 5 megabyte picture on a website, because nobody's going to explode it and look at all the details. So if you downsize it, convert it to a size that is that can be displayed, especially with a lower resolution screen, you're not going to take up a lot of space. Okay, so right here I'm going to sign up for this account, and once I enter this, I can click create, and in moments I have a new basically website up and running. Now the URL of this website, this is my website. Okay, you can see that the URL is not exactly drtechapps.google.com or anything like that, but that's fine. Okay, this is going to work for our purposes. So I'm going to just use this one the way it is. Okay, and now I can go back to okay, I'm going to use a new tab here to search for how to create your own app store. So we type in Android App Store, and then you type add to it, publish. So this way you can go to the link that basically teaches you how to launch your own app store. How many people are thinking, I might want to sell my app, or at least make it available through the Play Store at some point? Okay, so maybe not in this class, because App Inventor does have limitations as to what kind of app you can develop. But down the line, when we are dealing with 363 next semester, I think some of you will be thinking about publishing. And you can read through the whole thing here. They have a complete workflow, and then the play policies. You can go ahead and read everything here. But what we'll do is we'll just kind of skip the whole thing, and actually go ahead and start to go to the developer console. Okay. So go to the developer console, and you can always just kind of go to this particular URL instead of going through the search engine. This is the Google account. It will be associated with your developer console. If you would like to use a different account, you can choose from the following option, or if you're in an organization, consider registering a new Google account rather than using a personal account. Okay, so assuming that you're a personal developer, one-person developer, then you can just go ahead and continue. Before you continue, read and agree to the Google Play Developer Distribution Agreement, and you also want to have $25 available, because you have to pay $25 to become to be able to publish your app. But that's a one-time fee. You only have to pay once. Okay, so it's not like every year you have to pay $25. You pay $25, you're done. I think with Apple, you have to pay $100 every year to stay as a developer. Okay. So I'm not 100% sure I want to continue the payment here. Well, actually, it's probably okay. So I'm gonna continue payment and see what kind of option I have here.
You don't have it set up through that Gmail address?
Not with this Gmail account. I'm going to turn off the screen for a little bit and then turn it back on.
Come on.
But remember, it's still recording.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good reminder.